This series presents information based in part on theory and conjecture. The producer's purpose is to suggest some possible explanations, but not necessarily the only ones, to the mysteries we will examine.
Hello, and welcome back to Studio Kaiju RC Review. I am Joe, your host, and we're going to look today at the Swifsen SWB30, a glowy, LED light-laden drone with no camera, and it's only $36.99. Now, why do we care about this? Well, because it's fun. It's a very stable flyer. It's fun. I want you to see it in operation, and that's what we're going to be showing you in a few minutes. I'm not going to spend a long time talking about it because it's not so laden with features that it requires a lot of time and effort. So what do you get with the SWB30? You get a drone. You get 2 spare propellers. You get a little screwdriver, because that's becoming a standard nowadays. You get 2 battery packs. So these, I believe, if I remember correctly, I was getting around 8 to 10 minutes of flight per pack. So figure around 15 to 20 minutes of flight total. They recharge fairly quickly using a USB. You also get a USB cable for recharging, and it comes with 3 AAA batteries, which will fit neatly into your Swifsen remote control. This is a 2.4 gigahertz remote control, pretty standard. It has very nice. It's got the trim buttons. It's got some of the function features here. Here's takeoff and landing, and a bunch of other things on there. But the trim is the one I really like, because when it does need to be trimmed, it trims. It's very responsive to that. On the top, you've got it uses not printed, but I don't know if you can see that there. 360 degree flip, which is something I've never really cared about. And on this button, which is the left-hand button, is the speeds: regular, medium, and high. And of course, you've got your controls. So you turn it on, up, down, and you're paired, and there you go. I'm not even going to try to pick that up right now. It's a small office, so no, it's not going to fly perfectly well in enclosed space. But it is made for indoors. You can fly it outside. The recommendation, however, is not to fly beyond 60 feet because there's a possibility of losing the drone. But within an enclosed environment that's not too small, and a small enclosed environment is going to affect almost any drone of any size. In a normal-sized room, you should have a lot of fun flying this thing. It's very safe, and it's, I got to pick it up. I'm sorry, I just, I can't just sit there and leave it sitting on the floor flashing like this. As I say, it's very safe. It's got the bumpers. It's got cages around on top of the propellers. You can actually remove this. The screwdriver does come in handy. I did have to pull some lint and stuff out of one of the propellers before, because it got a little bit of lint in there, and that affected the capacity. These are brushless, or I'm sorry, these are brushed motors, rather. They're not brushless. You're not, I don't think, going to find too many drones of this size that have brushed motors, although that may actually be changing because the technology seems to be adapting. It does not have a camera, which, yes, that's mildly annoying, but only mildly. To me, it's not as big a deal. And not having the camera is a case of, it would be nice, but sometimes you just want to be able to zip around. And with this being very brightly, colorfully lit, it's great for flying in lower light situations. You're going to see that in the video as well. Anyhow, the lights will flash. Usually you will have the blue lights in front and the green lights in back. And also, while there's no light here, to make sure that you know it's flying away from you, there is a little light right there that does stand out a little bit compared to when it's in front. Okay, so it flies in this direction. But the interesting thing about this is it will fly natively in headless mode, which not my favorite thing in the world, but then again, if you're flying in relatively close quarters, it's not a big deal. It's something you can easily adapt to. And other than that, I know. It goes for about $36.99 if I remember correctly. You can easily find it online. It makes a great gift for a younger kid. I would say somewhere around maybe 10 to 12 years of age. I wouldn't really want to go lower than that because you don't really have somebody trying to put their finger through there or something like that, just in case they hurt it or themselves. These blades are relatively soft plastic compared to a lot of other blades. They're not sharp, so that's not going to be as big of an issue. What you might want to concern yourself with is, like, say, if you have someone with longer hair, you don't want that getting in their hair because that will grab it. I think I've covered all the things to say about this, other than, hey, let's take a look at the video of it flying in the warehouse. And thank you for showing up. I'll have more information for you on other drones and other RC equipment in the near future. And as always, thank you for watching. Hit like, subscribe, and don't hit your friends.